Why I obtained a Kenyan real estate agent. Introduction. In my research of Kenya, I was able to determine that the real estate market was very similar to the US in many ways. I have a lot of experience with the rental as well as the buyer/seller market, and many of the tools that I used in the US were the same that I was able to use for Nairobi. For the most part, real estate websites were my most valuable tool and proved to be critical in being able to access the availability, price, and location of properties. In Nairobi, however, there are not an abundance of trustworthy sites. Most locals will warn you that there are a lot of scams when renting an apartment. Also, when buying land, it is very difficult to know the properties that are available. Then there is the off-plan market. Basically, the off-plan is a way to purchase an apartment, bungalow, or maisonette by paying a down payment and then making installment payments over a period of usually 2 years. The other option is rent to own, but that market is very small and you most likely will be overpaying for your property. No matter what option you choose, having a real estate agent makes the process of finding your home not only easier, but in my opinion, necessary due to the lack of access to the market. The critical role of local real estate expertise. One of my smartest decisions was to rent an Airbnb for a full month to give myself time to familiarize myself with Nairobi and make a qualified decision on where to rent. My research was far more effective than I thought. I used a local website, buyrent.kenya.com, to find an apartment that I was interested in and contacted a local real estate agent. I was only in Kenya for 4 days when I made the call. When we spoke, I informed him of the areas that gained my interest. We then met at the first location. He showed me 4 places, but I did not like any of them for one reason or another. Then he said, "I've got one more," and I agreed to see the last one. Ironically, the apartment was only a 2-minute walk on the same road as my Airbnb. The property was not listed on the website that I used, and there were no postings of availability. In other words, without my agent's inside knowledge of the market, I would have never known this apartment was available. This is a clear example of one of the benefits of having an agent in Nairobi or any other Kenyan city. We met with the caretaker/manager and contacted the owner. We settled on a price, and within a few days, I signed the lease agreement and obtained my first apartment in my new country. Off-plan investments, opportunities and considerations. The off-plan option was very new to me. I never considered paying for something that wasn't ready for occupation. It is risky, and I did not feel comfortable trying to obtain a property in this manner. The developers do not market the properties. Real estate agents are the ones to perform the marketing duties. YouTube is very significant in the marketing, as several firms all have videos that market the developments. Some agents even market the same properties as they compete with each other for sales. This makes it easier to find marketed properties, but what about the ones that are not available on YouTube or a website? Answer: you will lose the opportunity on many properties, which ultimately could have saved you time and money. It is important to understand that off-plan investments carry inherent risks that must be carefully evaluated. This is another reason why it is important to have an agent. You can discuss what you want, and they can advise you on matters of which you may not be aware. For instance, property valuation fluctuations during the construction process, or Airbnb opportunities in particular areas. It is very helpful to a new expat to be able to have the expertise of a seasoned professional discuss the pros and cons of the developments and guide you toward your goal of obtaining your property. Conclusion. I am very confident in my decision to work with real estate agents in both obtaining a rental apartment or purchasing a home. The transition from New York to Nairobi with respect to obtaining dwelling was almost effortless due to this decision. My success in Kenya's real estate market required a strategic approach that combined professional guidance with informed investment decisions. The expertise of my real estate agents provided essential foundation knowledge and transaction support. Furthermore, they helped with giving me understanding of the off-plan investment dynamics that enabled me to make informed decisions about timing and risk. The key to success was in recognizing that investing in real estate benefits greatly from local expertise and professional guidance.